Hi everybody, my name is Abigail Mingham. I am a freshman at Jordan this year, and this year I decided to start up Jordan's Cooking Club, and that's been going on for maybe a month now. We've had 3 meetings, and I got an email from the assistant principal asking me if I would be willing to start Jordan's cooking show. And I said yes, because it's really fun to cook. So this week, I am going to be teaching everybody how to make scones. The recipe is going to be in a link down below, or you can go to the Jordan Cooking Club website, and I will also put the link down below. Okay, I'm going to be reading the instructions off of my phone. Okay, first, you're going to preheat your oven to 400. Mine is preheating right now. It should take 10 to 15 minutes to preheat, depending on your oven. So first, we're going to take a medium bowl. I don't have a medium bowl, so I'm just going to use a large bowl. And then I'm going to take flour. It can be all-purpose flour. Really any flour that's not gluten-free. I haven't made a gluten-free recipe yet, and I can put a link down below to a gluten-free recipe. I will do that soon. Okay. So we are going to take 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and with flour you're going to spoon it in instead of scoop it in. So I'm going to take a spoon and spoon in 1 cup of flour into my measuring cup. There's 1 cup, and then another cup. Two cups. Then we're going to take 1/3 of a cup of sugar. This can be used, you can just scoop this regularly without having to scoop it with a spoon first. So I'm going to take 1/3 of a cup of sugar and pour it in. And then next we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Try and level off the top. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just try not to have too much. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Let's see, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Fourth of a teaspoon. And we're going to mix that together. You can use anything to mix that, so I'm just going to use the spoon that I had and just mix that together. Let me try it. There we go. Then I'm going to go over to my freezer and get out 8 tablespoons, which is half a stick of butter. And I'm going to get out my grater. This is what mine looks like. It can really look like anything. And then I'm going to use the big hold side. And I'm not going to unwrap this all the way just because it's going to be sticky when the butter gets on my fingers. So I'm going to unwrap each side and pull it down. Ooh. And then, I'm just gonna grate that into the bowl. Hold on, let's keep that on. That was my preheating. So now my oven is at 400. Oh, now I'm getting down to the end, so I'm going to take the rest of the wrapper off, throw that away, and then finish the 8 tablespoons of butter. Watch out for your fingers when you're doing this part, because you can hurt yourself. So, okay. And then once the butter's all gone, you're going to tap off the side of the grater. Try and get the rest of that out. And I'm going to put mine in the sink and wash my hands. Okay. Now what we're going to do, I think, from what I remember. Oh, yes. And then now you're going to take your hands, make sure your hands are clean, and then just like working everything together so it creates a ball. So I'm just gonna take it, work it in. I only use one hand a lot of times just because it's not worth getting 2 hands messy, and it's kind of easy if you just do one. So. So it should try and work all those clumps out, but it should kind of just look like cornmeal if you've ever seen that, or just like, well, it should just look like this. So next, I'm gonna put this bowl aside and take this bowl over here. Next, I'm gonna take my sour cream and an egg. I'm gonna set that right there. And then I'm gonna take, let's see, half a cup of sour cream. Let's see, here's my half a cup. And I'm just gonna take the same spoon that I used, it doesn't really matter. And then, take sour cream and put it in my half a cup. And then put it in a small bowl. Okay. Now I'm gonna leave the spoon in there and put my half a cup in the sink. Then I'm gonna take my egg, kind of move that over there, and there we go. Crack my egg, try not to get shells in there, and put that in there. Now I'm gonna remove the spoon, and you can take a fork or a whisk. I'm thinking if I can do a whisk. I'm gonna take a whisk and just whisk that together. So it's all combined. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna bring my flour mixture back over and pour, wait, hold on, I think that's right. Yes, and pour my egg and sour cream mixture into the flour mixture. Try and get all of it out. Try the best you can. If it doesn't come out, that's okay. So I just like scrape the bottom of it, and I'm gonna put that in the sink. Now I'm gonna take a fork and mix that together. Okay, it should be forming dough clumps. Okay, mine has formed clumps of dough. I'm gonna scrape the fork off. Just lay that there. And now you're gonna take your hands and just kind of work it in there and press it against the bottom of the bowl. We're gonna try and create a dough ball. So just work it in there. It's like kneading it. Try and get all of the flour off the sides. Oop, careful not to spill it. In this, you can use two hands. I think I'm going to start and use two hands so it's easier. Okay. Gotta punch there. Okay, it's forming a ball now, but there's still flour at the bottom, so I'm just going to try and work that in there. Okay. Try and get all the... Ooh. Okay, now what we're gonna do, so you can add in really anything you want. Hold on a second. I think I'm gonna add in some orange zest and some raisins because I do not have cranberries. But in the recipe link, it has like different things you can add in, like lemon or blueberries or almonds. You can really add anything. So I'm gonna take a cutie, or you can take a big orange, and my zester if I can find it. Yeah. So I'm gonna take my zester and just take the orange and just rub it along there. Okay. You don't have to you can put as much as you want. Now I'm going to take the raisins and pour some in there. Okay. And then just work those in there. And you can also add all of this and all of the filling into it when you're doing the flour mixture, just so it can work in better, but it really doesn't matter when you add it in. Okay. Okay, it's worked in good, and now I'm gonna take now I'm going to take flour. I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to take some flour in my hand and just sprinkle it on my surface. to make a mess. So, and now I'm gonna take my ball of dough. Oh, goodness, it's sticky. Okay. And place it on my surface. Then I'm gonna flatten it out. Just kind of work it around. And you're gonna wanna create a circle. Let's move that down a little bit more. Okay, you're gonna wanna create a circle. It can be as big as you want it to, just depending on how big you want your scones to be. Then I'm gonna take some more flour and sprinkle it on the top. There we go. Okay. Oop, I just got some flour on my computer. That's okay. Okay. Now, I might have that a little bit bigger. Now you're gonna take a knife. It can be a sharp knife or really any knife. I'm just gonna use a butter knife or kitchen knife. It doesn't really matter what you call it. And just cut it down the middle into 8 or how many you want slices, triangles. So I think I'm going to cut it into 8. That looks like good size. Okay. Now we're going to come over to our cookie sheet. I just have like a pan with, this is a silicone pad, but you can use parchment paper, or you can spray some ham non-stick on it to make it not stick, or you can use a non-stick pan, but I'm just going to use my silicone pad. So then you're going to take one triangle, and you can like form it if it comes deformed. You're just going to start taking the triangles, oop, a little sticky, and place it on your cookie sheet. These shouldn't expand too much, so you can just lay, oop, that one fell apart. You can lay them as close as you want. Move this one over. Okay. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take, you're gonna bring your sugar back over. And you're gonna take, I'm just gonna grab a spoon, I think. I'm gonna grab a spoon and pour it into my hands. And then sprinkle some sugar on top of each scone. And you can do as much as you want. Okay. Now that that's done, I'm gonna come over to my stove. Now I'm gonna come over to my stove. It's already preheated to 400, so I'm just gonna open it and place the scones inside. Okay. Now I'm gonna set my timer for 16 minutes. And let those cook. Now while you're waiting, you're gonna wanna clean up your space and put everything away so your parents don't get mad, because they will, trust me. So you're gonna put everything away, clean up, and then I already have a cooling rack set out. I can show y'all. It's a cooling rack. You can use paper towels, plates, another cookie sheet, really anything that's cold or not hot, and place the scones on the cookie or whatever you're using to cool. And those will take, like, depending on if you want to eat them hot, it will take like 5-10 minutes to cool. So yeah, so I'm just gonna pause the video for 15 minutes and then I will show you the results. So I accidentally ended the video, so this is another one. I'll just converge it. So I took the scones out of the oven and now I'm just gonna place them under the cooling rack and I'll show you what they look like. You can use a spatula or really anything that you have to get them off the sheet, and try not, you can break them if you have to, but. So I'm just gonna place them. Ooh, it's a little hot. It will be hot, so just be careful. Place them on the cooling rack. And mine are really big. You can make, when you're cutting them, you can cut them as small as you want. Okay, so, hold on. This is what they look like. I'm gonna clear, make sure you, ow, jeez. Turn off your oven, when you're done, and then you can just let them sit. So yeah, you're done. So it's like pretty easy, 25-30 minute recipe. So you can really make this for any occasion, and they go great for breakfast or late night snack. So yeah. Okay, bye. Hope you enjoyed. This is me tasting them. Really good. Ooh, really hot. Okay, bye.